Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video we'll compare 4 totally different guitar rigs. A real amp coupled with a greenback speaker, an ampless pedalboard, an amp modeling pedalboard and finally a plugin. Let's start! Leo, please help me. How can we play the 4 rigs aforementioned, letting the guys who are listening to decide which one is the best one, which is the one they prefer the most? Leo, please, don't ask for my help. You know that my role in this channel is just to compose music. And as you know, I'm already doing a lot. You are supposed to lead the channel. But wait a second, I have an idea. Why don't you ask an opinion to the young digital Leo? Well, actually I think it's a cool idea. Let's ask to the digital Leo.
Well, first of all, I would like to highlight that you ask me to talk in these videos only when you are in serious troubles. I want a stable space in the show. Coming back to your question, I would suggest the following. You play the same demo song for times, each time with a different rig, but without revealing which is which. At the end of the 4 tracks, you ask to write in the comment section below which is the best take in terms of tone. And then you reveal which is the rig used in each take. Well, I think it's gonna be pretty interesting and engaging. Come on, this is a brilliant idea.
Okay, let's do it.
Please, write in the comments section below which is the rig you prefer the most, the rig 1, the rig 2, the rig 3 or the number 4. I will leave you few seconds to decide, and then I will reveal which is which. Okay, thank you for your comments. These are the rigs. Rig number 1 is the Real Soldano plugin simulation, rig number 2 is the amp-less pedalboard based on the 2 notes ReVolt, rig number 3 is the quad Cortex Soldano simulation, and rig number 4 is the Real Soldano SLO 100. Cool, right? And now, back to Leo, for his 2-cent section.
First of all, I would split my considerations according to 2 use case scenarios that are live use and home recording. For live use, I would definitely go with an amp modeling pedalboard. Then in second place I would put the ampless pedalboard, in third place the real amp, and in last position the plugin. Why? Well, simply because the amp modeling pedalboard is the most reliable, consistent, simple and easy to carry around solution you may adopt. The amp is too heavy, typically too loud, and there is the risk that you are not going to have a consistent tone night over night, as in fact every time you mic the cab you may obtain a different tone. And obviously carrying around a real tube amp is a total pain. I would not use a plugin, as for a plugin you need a computer and an audio interface, and therefore there are more things that can go wrong compared to an amp modeling pedalboard. The amp modeling pedalboard is built just to do one thing, where the computer is designed for many different tasks, and also to run plugins, but not only. There are many things that can go wrong. The computer can stop running, the audio interface can go wrong, etc. Also, the ampless setup is fine, but still there are more things that can go wrong compared to the amp modeling pedalboard. You have many pedals, many cables, many things to power up, and each of these things can fail. Let's now talk about the home recording use case. Well, if you want the maximum quality, obviously you can go with a real amp. But in this case, be prepared to drop a lot of money for the amp, the cab, the mic, the preamp, the audio interface, etc. To really get the best you can from your amp, you must be ready to invest 10 grands for the amp, the cab, the mics, the pre's, etc. And you also need to invest a lot of time finding the right position of the mic, which has a big impact on your final tone, especially if you want to use 2 mics together, like the golden couple, which is SM57 and Royer 1-to-1. I mean, in order not to incur in phase issue, for instance, you really have to pay a lot of attention. All the other 3 solutions are obviously fine, but to me, at the end, amp plugins are the solution which offers the best compromise between the quality of the tone, the convenience, easiness, etc. Of course, you can record also with amp modeling pedalboards or with ampless pedalboards, but to me, the quality of amp simulation plugins and effects, more in general, has increased a lot in the last couple of years, and I find myself recording songs with just plugins and then being so happy with the final result that I almost don't feel the need to use real amps, even because it is way easier to apply effects while mixing instead than when you are recording. In fact, while you are mixing, you can adjust the type of effects, the levels, etc. according to the final mix you want to obtain. On the other hand, if you record with effects, well, you run the risk to have to record your guitar tracks many times in order to find the sweet spot between effects and the final mix. Okay, so far I would say that for live situation amp modeling pedalboards are almost unbeatable. For home recording, plugins are very convenient, but now I would like to take into consideration other two aspects. You know, since the first day we start playing guitar, we start searching for our own voice and our own tone. Well, if we use an ampless pedalboard, we can end up with a pretty unique combination of pedals and effects, and this is gonna help us a lot to find our unique voice, our unique tone. I mean, we can choose our own specific booster, our own overdrive, our own chorus, etc. And this unique combination of effects will provide us with a unique tone, a unique voice. Therefore, if I had to play my own music, probably I would go with an ampless pedalboard, also for live situations, even running the risk of a more fragile setup compared to an amp modeling pedalboard. Another consideration I would do is about the price and the value for money. Let's compare the 4 rigs with full prices in order to record and for live jigging. For the real amp, the cab, the mic, the pre, the audio interface and the computer, you can easily end up dropping around 9.5 grand, especially for high-end amps like a Soldano. For an high-end amp modeling pedalboard, you can spend 1,450 euros, and then you just need a computer and a pair of monitors. Therefore, you're gonna spend around 4,000 bucks. If you go with an ampless pedalboard, well, it really depends from the pedal, from the components you choose, but the one I've built is around 2,500 grams plus the audio interface, the monitor and the computer. You end up at around 6 grams. Of course, you may already have many pedals, or you can buy them not at once but through the years, as I did in my case. Then, for the plugin, well, they are very cost effective. For instance, the Real Soldano is 100 euro, or Amplitude 5 SE is around 200 bucks. And then you need a computer, an audio interface and a monitor. Therefore, you may end up at 3,500 bucks. At the very end, for recording only, plugins are really almost unbeatable in terms of value for money. For live situation, I would for sure go with the amp modeling pedalboards, unless I want my own signature tone with my own pedals, and that's why I would go with the ampless solution. If I need to both record and play live, well, the amp modeling pedalboard is a great solution, even because you can always add the plugin later on. And actually, with the amp modeling pedalboard, you don't need to buy any audio interface. So these were my final considerations, and now I'm very curious to hear from you. What would you choose and why? Please let me know in the comment section below your precious and valuable opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.